Is it 1:30? Is it 1:30 almost? This is like 1:25. Where did my day go? What is this? I'm growing horns. Shouldn't surprise anyone at this point. So I'm waiting on my granddaughter to arrive and spend time with me. But I'm feeling much better today. And last night I got into a huge crafting mood. Love my shirt. Love my shirt, yes. Last night I got into a huge crafting mood and crafted until David came home, which was strange for me because I think I'd spent so many days down that I was just happy to be up again, and I was like, I'm not willing to stop what I'm doing. So I know you all saw like a couple of my first ones that I did with their beaver chewed willow, and then this is possum fur. But I made a whole little like choir of gnomes here. So I know you saw the first one, and then the guy that reminds me of the Pope. Hi, Cindy. I got really creative last night. So I gave one a little silver nose because I thought he looked like an older man, but I gave him a floppy hat with a coyote tooth. And he's possum beard as well. And then I'm going to clean his head up a little bit, but I gave this guy a little tiny nose and his coyote beard, and he's got a tooth. He's got a tooth on his hat too. I'm going to clean up the glue right there. I've already got him priced and stuff for the vendor sale for David next weekend. So he's coyote fur. I think this one's my favorite. He's coyote fur with a big floppy hat and a coyote tooth. I've got to get some of the glue and the strings off of him. Hi, Denise. Hi, Amanda. And I think this one's adorable too. My favorite's at the very end. This one's cute too. He's got the natural beaver chew top, so I left him plain so that the beavers, you can see the beaver's handiwork. I think some people really like that rustic. He is, he's coyote with a wood bead nose. And then I like this little guy because he makes me think of like Cousin It. And I've got to go and use my hairdryer and get all the glue off of him. But I put a coyote canine in his little tooth. Looks like a little moon hanging down. And he's coyote skin or coyote fur as well. I think he's cute. Hey, Kimbo, what you doing? I'm feeling better today, but last night I actually slept. I think that helped a lot. So this is my favorite because he's so little, but he's coyote beard and he's got the natural beaver chew top too. And he's just tiny. He's shorter. He's much smaller than the others. So he's much smaller than the others, but he's very cute. And I do like the ones with the hat, with the teeth on them. So I'm anxious to see how these work next weekend for David, to see how people like them and get the feedback on them. I have tried to pick up a little bit. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still not going to be doing much. I'm still really swollen, but it's going away. Hey, Rachel. So that's my choir of gnomes that I created last night. I also finished the dream catcher. So behind me, I have my wreath again. I have moved my wreath back in. So the dream catcher was finished. I need to take pictures and post it. I've had to hang it in another room to prep for next weekend. I'm trying to get everything kind of isolated for David to go through, so when he packs, it's all in one area for him. And I need to vacuum. And I need to Swiffer and mop my floors. But I'm just going to be honest. I probably will vacuum, but I don't know if I'll get much farther into that today than that. Lane and Kaylee are bringing me little Miss Ellie Mae to spend some time with Mimi today. So I have put out the pack and play in the living room and getting ready to have her here for a little while. And so if Gypsy sees this later, I have his feet on. Okay, there's a story behind this gnome. He is made out of a, I take prenatal vitamins because they have everything you need in them. So he's made out of a prenatal vitamins bottle. And last month, Gypsy's little girl stepped on a screw when she went to the chicken lot to check the chickens. So I wanted to make her gnome, and I'm making a few things, kind of like a post birthday box and stuff for Gypsy because she's one of my mods. And so I made a fox beard gnome, and he's pretty big. He's a pretty big little guy. But then I thought, how funny if I give him feet. And I've got to paint them. But look, I put the screw in his foot, and they dried in my kitchen window because they're clay. They're dried in my kitchen window. So I've got to paint his feet. I've got to mix paint colors and paint his feet. But I got his feet on. And it was so funny because when Gypsy and Abby came to spend that Saturday with us, when she would say something and I would want to be snarky to her, I'd be like, Abby, go step on a screw. So that's become our little saying. But I thought this would always remind her not to go to the chicken coop barefoot or with flip-flops on. So I made that. I've got to get his little feet painted and give him some arms and do a couple other things. But he's done pretty much otherwise than that. So I got a lot done. I even got my little corner in the kitchen cleaned up. I was so proud of myself. Like, I was so tired of looking at my craft bomb explosion in the kitchen. So, oh, thank you, Amanda. My mods take really good care of me. And Gypsy actually traveled to stay with us that Saturday to meet us and spend the day with us. And it was fun. It was just like I met a friend that I'd had forever. So it was fun. Yeah, I think anybody that has a livestock or a barn in their past probably stepped on it now. I've stepped on a couple and had a lot of tetanus shots. But the way that her daughter handled this was so funny, and she's got such a good personality and such a good sense of humor. I was like, I have to just jab at her a little bit. So I made her the gnome to remind her of her traumatizing day when she went to the chicken coop in flip-flops. So, but he's very cute. And if you get hold of him just right, his little top comes off and you can put stuff in him, but it's very hard sometimes to get him open, but it's a cute idea. I decided to save one of my gnome door knockers and put on my front door for fall. So now I only have one for sale because I made it, doggone it, I want one. So I put it on my front door this morning. And I think I've pretty much got David ready to roll for the vendor sale next week. Everything else is stuff that he has to do. He took himself to lunch just a minute ago, and I don't blame him at all because I've got stuff thawing out for dinner, but I was not going to make like a big lunch. And when he gets back, I know he's going to be in the shop doing some woodworking, some cutting, and getting some other stuff ready. So I'm sure that I'll have other stuff to do after the vendor sale next week. Then any gnomes that don't sell and any more that we create will go straight to Etsy. David will put them straight on his Etsy store because at that point, all the vendor sales are done. And so Etsy will be the only outlet we have through the winter. And he is also recording, he's already started recording his intro for his trapping page. So he will have that done, and I will have that up probably in the next day or two. So he will have his own trapping page, and when I get that created and get it established, I will absolutely yell at y'all, and so y'all can go give him a follow if that is something that you would like to monitor and watch. And he went looking for more willow and sign this morning. I'm not sure how much he found because I didn't really check in with him. He's been so busy, but I will check in with him later. And so I've so far I rested really good last night. I so needed a good night's sleep. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you'll follow him. Sometimes people find it a little gruesome if he does like fur shed stuff where he's actually dealing with the fur in like the first stages. But it's really interesting to see someone else's way of life. And if you can kind of view it with like no preconceptions, you know, it's, you know, you might learn something. I like to watch a lot of people on YouTube that have very different lifestyles than me. I like to watch that Cash Gordon that goes through all the apartments in New York because I will never live in New York and I will never have an apartment in New York. But I love to see how people live, the prices they pay, and kind of how their lives work. And so I like to watch his channel and just to appreciate a different geographic location and a different demographic of people because we are very isolated here. So I have a lot of friends all over the world, but I like to really watch. And I love to watch those people from Russia that cook outdoors and have all the animals that, like, if my body worked and I could have any lifestyle, I would be like, just send me to live with that little cute old couple in like Azerbaijan or something. I don't know how to say it. Russia. I would fit right in. I'd be like, what are we doing today? Are we weeding? Are we farming? Are we planting potatoes? I would be in hog heaven. So I like to watch a lot of those on YouTube. But David is definitely going to be teaching a very odd way of life. There are a few other trappers on YouTube, but not a lot that take the animal through the entire process like David. So. Oh, Oscar, is Bug here? Is Bug here? Oscar's so excited because Bug's here. So David's going to be doing a lot. I know. Well, if you had thumbs, you'd open that door in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? Don't you wish you had thumbs? He's looking at me like, shut up, woman. Oh, Lord. But we've got a lot going on. The baby's here, so I'm going to run and take care of that. I just wanted to share my gnome choir with you all to get some feedback. So tell me what you think they look like. Tell me if you think I need to change something, and we'll make more next week. But I'll probably see you tomorrow for the couples chat, possibly later tonight. Bye, guys.